When you hear the name Genghis Khan, what comes to mind? Ruthless conqueror? Fearsome warrior? Or perhaps the man who built the largest empire in human history? But here's the question. Was his empire only about destruction? Or did it leave behind a hidden legacy that still shapes our world today? Stay with me, because the truth may surprise you. In the early 1200s, a tribal leader from the harsh Mongolian steppe began uniting clans that had fought each other for centuries. His name was Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan. His vision? To build an empire that stretched beyond the endless grasslands of Mongolia. Now ask yourself, how did a nomadic warrior with no cities, no writing system, and no advanced weapons manage to defeat the mightiest kingdoms of his time? The answer lies in discipline, mobility, and innovation. Mongol armies moved faster than any army in history. Horse archers could travel up to 100 miles a day, striking without warning. Their tactics, surrounding enemies, feigned retreats, and psychological warfare, terrified kingdoms across Asia and Europe. But let me ask you this. Do you think fear alone builds an empire? Or is there something deeper behind their victories? Here's what many don't realize. Once conquered, regions under Mongol rule weren't always destroyed. They were reorganized. Genghis Khan created a legal code known as the Yasa, promoted religious tolerance, and established one of the world's first international postal systems, the YAM. Stop and think about this. In a world where kingdoms often forced their religion, Genghis Khan said, "All faiths are welcome." Isn't that surprising for a man remembered mostly as a destroyer? The expansion of the Mongol Empire also supercharged trade. The Silk Road became safer than ever before. Merchants could travel from China to the Middle East, and even to Europe, under the protection of Mongol law. And here's a question for you. Without this Mongol protection, do you think ideas like paper money, gunpowder, or even new medical knowledge would have spread so quickly across the world? Of course, we cannot ignore the cost. Millions were killed during Mongol conquests. Entire cities like Nishapur and Baghdad were devastated. This legacy of destruction often overshadows everything else. But here's the paradox. How can an empire remembered for such brutality also be responsible for one of the greatest cultural exchanges in human history? Even after Genghis Khan's death, his empire lived on through his descendants, stretching from China to Eastern Europe. In this massive realm, cultures mixed. Art, science, and ideas traveled faster than ever before. Think about it. Without this exchange, Europe might not have entered the Renaissance as quickly as it did. Could it be that Genghis Khan's empire indirectly shaped the modern world we live in? So what happened when Genghis Khan's empire expanded? Yes, there was bloodshed, but there was also innovation, unity, and cultural exchange on a scale the world had never seen. The hidden legacy of the Mongols is this. They didn't just conquer, they connected the world. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Genghis Khan should be remembered as a ruthless conqueror or as a global connector who reshaped history? Tell me in the comments. If you love uncovering the forgotten sides of history, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There are more hidden stories waiting to be revealed,